Yep, you know what it is, DJ Sus won the feature presentation. We are here at the Ghostbusters premiere in New York City where it all started, you know what I'm saying? We're waiting for the cast. We're just here setting up, and hopefully we'll get to talk to the legendary Bill Murray, Ernie, Dan Aykroyd, you know, Annie Potts, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Hey, so how was it bringing the character of Walter Peck back to life? Because, you know, coming from the 80s to now, did he get his revenge? Tell us how it was bringing the character back to life.
Well, I think he brought it back to life. You know, I think about it now, and I was thinking about it when I was doing it. It's kind of like there are several rather large politicians around who have been able to morph themselves over these past years to a kind of symphony of loudness, and that's my pattern, you know, with Peck, and I think that's kind of like, you know, how he worked.
I see. Just real quick, how was the experience compared to the original Ghostbusters to the experience for the Frozen Empire film?
The first one, as I said, in New York in '84, was this enormous, beautiful, wondrous event. Central Park West, it was all lit, it was all gorgeous, and it was like, my God, we're in the center of the universe. This one, the feeling about that was exactly the same.
Wow.
And that was so cool. That just everybody had a feeling of goodness about it, of art, and the uniqueness of it is true and real. And I just had a wonderful time, man, you know.
Well, look, I'm excited to see what you brought back to the character of Walter Peck. So am I. And we want to say thank you for, you know, bringing that character in Ghostbusters. Yes.
Incredible.
Thank you, brother. DJ Sussman, we're here with James. James, so tell us a little bit how it felt to get the call to be part of such an incredible, legendary, that raised me franchise as of Ghostbusters.
Raised me as well, and it was. Well, I'll tell you honestly, I didn't believe it. That I got a text that said, "Hey, yo, thanks for coming in to audition," and it confirmed what we already knew. You need to be in a Ghostbusters movie. Let's make that happen. That was what the text said, and I went, they've said a Ghostbusters movie, not this one, so I probably haven't got it. That was how negative an English comedian thinks. So I literally thought, I don't have the part. They just said, let's make that happen at some other point. And everyone else said to me, you've so clearly got the part from that text message. But I was there thinking, I haven't got it. And I didn't believe it until my agent phoned and said they've offered you the part.
What was your initial reaction when you actually told yourself this is real?
It was okay. Let's spend a while being really excited about this, and then let's get it together so that you can do a good job.
Nice. So now tell us about the character that you play in the movie and how it was, you know, bringing it to life.
Yeah, his name's Lars Pinfield. He's an inventor, scientist for the Ghostbusters, works in the lab, loves ghosts maybe more than he loves people, but has found his people now within the Ghostbusters. Bringing it to life was just like, you know, drawing from certain things, like looking at Egon in the original movies, and but also, you know, remembering how I perform stand-up. You know, I haven't done loads of movies, so they've offered me this for a reason, because it's me and where I come from and my style of performance, to try to fuse those things together and just trying to, you know, respond. There's so many great actors in this movie who are so much more experienced than me, so a lot of the time if I'm in a scene with them, it's let's listen to them and genuinely respond to them.
Well, that was the next question. How was the energy working with, like, I met Ernie yesterday, his energy was incredibly amazing. How was the energy working with the original Ghostbusters?
All so welcoming and so reassuring. They make you feel like you belong there. There's no kind of like, oh, you're one of the new guys. It was just something. Ernie was the first person I met. And it was just instantly, this is someone I could talk to for hours, and just he's such a giving person. So yeah, it was an honor.
Real quick, because I know you're a Ghostbusters fan, before even being in the movie, did you get a chance on set to actually wear a proton pack? Did you actually get to hold it? Did you actually, that was part of your scene or anything like that? I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, there is a moment where I get to wear one, and I've showed that photo to too many people at this point. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for being part of such an incredible franchise and keeping the life of it alive, man. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you.
God bless. Yeah, we're here. It's the feature presentation. So listen, Logan, did podcasts get any more subscribers besides Race Stance this time?
I'd like to think so. Yeah, definitely. He's got a whole show running now. With Dan, it's really amazing.
Nice. So what was it like? First of all, I didn't get a chance to talk to you at Afterlife before Frozen Empire. What was it like being a part of such a legendary franchise like Ghostbusters? Were you aware of the Ghostbusters franchise when you were younger?
Yeah, well, I grew up watching the movies. My mom made sure I was educated, and working with all the OGBs and you know Ernie and Dan, all them. It was a very big experience for me, very nerve-wracking, and I got to learn a lot.
Wow. Well, did they give you a lot of advice, like any type of father figure advice?
Well, I'd say with Paul Rudd, it was kind of just stay humble, and watching everybody else, I could just watch him and learn. It was amazing.
Wow. So what is podcast going to be doing? What energy are you bringing for this incredible sequel for Frozen Empire?
Yeah, well, he's got a lot more funny in him. He's got a lot more jokes. I'd say he's actually got a new tool that he uses throughout the movie, you'll see. And, you know, he actually expanded his podcast, as I said, and it's very exciting.
Nice, man. Well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing because I haven't seen the movie yet. We're actually here at the premiere, by the way. I'm about to see the movie. I'm looking forward to the energy that you're bringing for the movie. I want to say I greatly appreciate you for bringing the energy, because Afterlife really brought the entire franchise back to life, and you were a part of that, a big part of it, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love, brother. What's up, brother? Very nice to meet you. God bless. It's DJ Sussman, the feature presentation. We're here with the legendary, the incredible, for many reasons in many movies over just Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd is here for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Welcome. How is it bringing this franchise back to life once again? Did you think it was going to last this long? Afterlife brought it back to life, and now we're with Frozen Empire. Is it surprising to you from 1984 original that we're back?
Well, we didn't know what we had back then. The second movie worked, it was good, and then it was a long dry spell, and we couldn't get the story right. And then Paul Feig in the movie with the ladies kind of revived an interest in it, and I did like that movie. I go on record in saying that they were terrific in the film, and that sort of led the studio to keep the license alive and fund Afterlife, which was written by Jason Reitman, Ivan's son. And with that success, we were able to come to the peak we are tonight.
Nice.
And it's P-E-A-K, and it's going to be a peak where the original Ghostbusters meet the new, and where New York City is put under extreme threat again.
I'm so excited about it. I'm seeing it tonight with you guys. What can we expect from Frozen Empire that's going to be different from Afterlife and all the originals?
I think new characters, certainly. We've got James Acaster and Patton Oswalt and Camille Najimy that are joining us. So new characters, new creatures, new hardware, a lot of new stuff.
And Ray Stantz and occult books. What can we expect from Ray, and how did it feel putting back that proton pack?
Wow, the pack feels bad. It's 150 pounds of hard metal. I don't like it, but occult books, Ray's occult books will always be there. With or without Ray, he'll leave it to the young ones.
Now listen, I overheard you say, this is the last question, that it depends on the box office for this, which I'm sure is going to be amazing. I'm hearing great things. Are you looking forward to continuing the franchise? Is there possibly going to be another sequel?
Not up to me. You know, I'm only 1/5 of the license, but my vote would be with the other 4 license. If they vote yes, I vote yes. We'll see. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Dan, I just want to say thank you for raising us. We greatly appreciate you for a tremendous amount of movies, but especially Ghostbusters. We all love you, brother.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Love that coat.
Thank you, man. I love that. I bought it online.
Looking good.
Great. I appreciate it.
What's on the back?
Come on, you know.
Representing.
It's better than the bat symbol.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yo, it's DJ Sussman. We're here with the director, Gil. Gil, first of all, how amazing was it to direct Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, being part of such a legendary franchise? Because I'm sure before you directed it, you were an incredible fan. Am I correct?
I'm a fan. I mean, I'm still a fan. And that says something, that after working myself to the bone this last year to make this film, to finish it, I still can't wait to see what these characters are up to next. Mm-hmm. It's because when I was a kid, when I first saw that first film in 1984, my dad took me to see it.
Wow.
And I remember sitting in that theater and feeling like the top of my head was blown open. Like I didn't know movies could take you to such heights, make you laugh so much, make you so scared. They could mix science fiction and drama, a little bit of romance in there. Mm-hmm. I felt completely invested from the time I was 7. And so now to be here as the director of this new film, it's wild. I mean, I'm still coming to terms with it.
Did you feel any pressure because you saw the films?
No pressure. Piece of cake. Look around. This is nothing. All in a day. All in a day's work.
Well, then, how did you come up with the story to make it different from all the other ones? The first one's legendary. The second one's legendary. Of course, Afterlife brought it back to life, got me excited. How did you come up with the story? Well, to direct it in a way to make it different than the others.
It's a really good question. I mean, one of the ways that this story is different from other Ghostbusters stories is the stakes. This movie has a villain and a danger that is another level. We know Gozer was not here to mess around.
Exactly.
Gozer was serious business. Vigo was here. He was taking names and was not going to be good for the city of New York. But Garaka is operating on a whole other level.
Wow.
And by focusing on a threat that would be so great, so dangerous that it would force generations of Ghostbusters to have to come together to face up against this challenge, that was the sort of catalyst that started this thing moving.
Was it difficult keeping the balance that it's always had from comedy to horror to drama to everything? When I saw the trailer, it seems like it's going to be a lot more scariness to it, I think. I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it tonight. Yeah.
It's a scary Ghostbusters movie, but you know, one of the secrets of tone is the scarier a scene is, the funnier the next joke is, because you're all tense, and then something funny happens and you want to release. So actually, the comedy and horror, or comedy and thrills, they sort of live side by side. And the trick to getting that balance right is just knowing how to modulate it. It's the tone that I've always loved in all the movies I've ever seen. You know, movies in the 80s that we grew up on weren't afraid to make kids scared, make their parents scared, and then put up something that was funny and truthful and honest. That is the place I want to live as a filmmaker, and Ghostbusters lets you do that.
Real quick, how was it, last question, how was it working with the legendary original Ghostbusters, and how was it bringing Slimer back to life? Because he is part of the original cast.
Yeah, you know, I'll start with Slimer. I took the directing of Slimer very seriously. All the way from the beginning, from the sculpting phase. Arjen van Tuten, our incredible puppet builder, created Slimer from the ground up using the original molds of the 1984 Slimer puppet. Incredible puppeteers and then visual effects artists work to bring that performance to life. And a lot of it came from me acting like a fool, rolling around on the floor, waving my arms around and screaming, helping to create the action, the narrative, the drama. Slimer is an all-timer. It's a thrill for a director to be able to work with him. Look, what can you say about working with Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, and Bill Murray? These are actors who were in movies that shaped the way that I approach movies.
It's like working with film gods, if you ask me.
Absolutely. It's like, you know, I'm famously bad at sports analogies, but it's like if you're just starting out at a sport and you're working with this like dream team of the greatest athletes in whatever your field is, all in one very high stakes game. That's what it felt like. But also, these guys love Ghostbusters. They love their characters. I've known a few of them for years, and I love them, I care about them, and want to do right by them.
Cool, thank you. We appreciate you for bringing this franchise back to life. Love, one question. What was it like bringing Peter Venkman back to life for one more adventure?
Well, he didn't die, so it was okay. All I had to
Well, not back to life, right?
all I had to do was shake him. He was just sleeping.